So here I am. I look terrible. I mean, I'm not going to say that. I feel like as I say that, the worse I look. So I'm not feeling that great physically. I feel like I look yucky. That's how I feel today. This is for my vlog. And I'm in pain, emotional pain. I'm still like in shock. It's not major, but it's icky. It doesn't feel good. So I don't even know how to start talking about it. So I'll just start talking about it. So I just went on to I have three kids by my first husband. And my first husband I lived with the past, anyway, it doesn't matter. So my first husband, I have 3 kids and they're all over 18. And my middle child of my first marriage, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's his Facebook. So what? I just was on his Facebook. I don't know, because I thought he would post something about the house. He told me that there's been a cash offer on his dad's house. His dad passed away. I can't do it. Okay, I'm going to just start over. This is my vlog. So I don't feel like I'm talking personally. I feel like I'm talking. I usually, when I do my vlog, I usually talk to myself. But then I saw like there's been a couple views, and I didn't realize that other people were watching my vlog because it's really personal. But that's what happens when you put it on the internet. And I'm fine. It's really scary when you've had toxic relationships with family members and husbands, and then you have children with those husbands. Okay? So there's nowhere for me to go. Because I'm not trying to get in a fight with my kids or hurt them in any way. This has nothing to do with them. This is me personally. And they're just going to have to turn the other way, look the other way, or they're going to have to get over it, because I have to speak my truth. And if anybody's watching this and they don't believe that I should speak my truth, I'm sorry. I apologize, because my intention in my heart isn't evil. It's not to hurt anybody. It's because I matter. I matter. And I've been fighting for myself for years. And I'm sorry, but kids, they don't see the full view. They didn't see the reality of the situation. They were too little when we divorced. And they just, and actually they were influenced by this man. Okay, so I was sexually abused by my grandfather, and it was a secret. Nobody knew about it. I didn't tell anybody about it. But me as an adult I'm going to tell you that people had to know, because that stuff can't go. Actually, I don't think everybody knew, because things can be done in secret, and then as long as there is my family's the type that they don't want to know. They will not look. There's a big denial. There was a big denial. So, I didn't want it to be. I, even recently, a few months ago, I was begging that it still wasn't true. So, it's pretty powerful to pretend like something didn't happen or didn't exist. Yeah. So, I was silenced. I wasn't able to talk to my mom or my grandmother, which, was everything to me. Those 2 people were everything to me. And then I've been in counseling since I was 10. I've had a lot of emotional problems, like like self-destructive behavior when I became a teenager. But I've always been crying to where I was hyperventilating and couldn't breathe. That was my whole childhood. Every picture of mine, I'm crying or I'm sad. There is no happy pictures of my childhood. Zip. Birthday parties, miserable, crying. At the beach, miserable, crying. It's horrible to look at. So do I have any pictures? No, I don't have any pictures. A few years ago, before I moved in with my first husband, I lived in Baltimore, and before that, I lived with my husband, Mark, my second husband, who's a drug addict, alcoholic, and I had a lot of self-destructive because I hated myself my whole life, because I was a scapegoat, and I was silenced, and I was oppressed, and I was taught to hate myself. I was made to hate myself. I was a scapegoat. I was shame put on me. I don't hear anybody telling their story. I don't hear any female telling the story. And I know I'm not the only one. So it would help me if there was others. But everyone's silent. And I can't be silent because I don't self-medicate. So maybe other people can medicate through a man, have a new man in their life, forget the past, and do what everybody tells you. Forget the past, move on, don't dwell on the past. Well, you have to look back to heal. You have to have justice. You have to have recompense or redemption. I refuse not to heal. I refuse to be broken the rest of my life. I'm going to heal completely. I'm going to be who I've never been able to be because of that abuse. So that's why I have to speak. And I just ask that my kids, who are the most important people in my life and always have been, that they would understand that. So, but I can't control that. And I can't be oppressed or suppressed anymore. So, anyway, I'm not close with my kids. It's not that I'm not close, it's that I want to be. I don't drink. And apparently I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of shame towards me. A lot of people have said I have mental health issues. I'm bipolar, whatever. And they think negatively of that, and they're ashamed of that, I feel. And I feel there's a lot of judgment, and I feel like there's been a lot of judgment in my life towards me. My dad cheated on my mom with my stepmother. My mom refused, and she was somebody that was in our house. My dad was a sound man for a band in a Baltimore neighborhood that I grew up in. And the band, after the band would play, my dad, people would come over to my house with the band. And so you'd call, my stepmother was a groupie of the band. She was, I don't know, at least 10 plus years younger than my parents. So she was a band groupie that used to come to the parties at my parents' house, and ended up, she's a homewrecker. So my dad asked for forgiveness from my mom, and my mom refused to take him back. So he married my stepmother. So okay. Well, then my dad proceeded to start a business and name it after him and my stepmother. So not only did he betray my mom, but that was like a double whammy betrayal. So he was bitter towards my mom. He wanted to hurt my mom. He dishonored my mom. So not only did he cheat on her, betray her that way. But then he named a business. He combined his name and this mistress, this homewrecker. He combined their two names and made a business. And so my mom, he had to put that in my mom's face the rest of her life. And I think that is dishonorable and horrendous. So, but here I am, a kid growing up. My dad, never, anyway, we had a very up and down, tumultuous relationship. I'm a lot like my dad as far as, I don't know. I am. Not in the cheating sense, because I think that's horrible to hurt somebody that bad and to betray them that bad. But anyways, I've never, even my drug addict second husband, who's alcoholic and stole money from me and did horrible stuff to me, I never cheated on him. I had other men in my life when we were separated that he was aware of. I never hid. Well, I think I did one time. I hid. But that was after being separated from him 3 or 4 times. So I'm human. But I didn't cheat on him. So I believe, my dad always badmouthed my mom. He always gossiped about her. He always laughed at her and made fun of her and mocked her and said she was crazy. Always put her down. Judged her, made fun of her. It was horrible. What a man. But that's how he is. That's how he was. He couldn't handle his guilt. He couldn't handle that she rejected him. He couldn't handle what he did, so he had to put her down. So as I was growing up, I would go to my dad's every other weekend, and my dad married my stepmother. And my sister, who knows, I don't know, she disappeared when she was 17. She immediately moved out and, began with friends, and I never saw her. And very quickly married. So I was about 10 years old when my dad, I believe I was about 9 or 10, when my dad started hitting my stepmother. He lived in Eldersburg. They had bought a house together, and I would go over there, and I was the only child there. My dad would take my stepmother in the basement of the house, and you would hear slapping and crying, yelling and fighting and slapping and crying. And they would come up, and she would have her mascara black running down her face. And sometimes my stepmother's sister and husband would be at the house. And that's how stupid my dad was. Take her in the basement, hit her, and while her sister and brother-in-law are upstairs in the living room. So they would fight. They got in a fight, the brother-in-law and my dad and Pat, my stepmother's sister. So but if I brought it up to them as an adult, they both denied it. So I am not crazy. Do I have proof? Do I have a video of it? No. Do I have a video or proof of anything that I'm telling you? No. Okay. But I do have, so I did file my first marriage. I filed a protective order against my husband because we fought all the time and he would get really ugly to me. And so that is the one proof I have. It was granted because it was warranted, and he was kicked out of the house. But anyways, I tried with everything in me. I was committed to that marriage, and I tried to stay together. I tried to be together with him. I tried for years. I tried everything. I quit smoking. I started smoking again to be with him because he smoked. I stopped drinking. I started drinking again to be with him. I used to go to where he worked On the weekends, he had like 3 jobs. It just he didn't want to be close to me. It takes 2 people. So, but I don't believe that's what my kids think. I believe that my 3 kids from that man, I think that they judge me. I think they think bad about me. They love me. They say they love me and they love me, but they're not close to me. They don't really want me in their life. I don't know if it's just my mannerism, my personality that they don't like, if it's the way that I dress, if it's my income, if it's my job, if it's my fat. I don't know, but I don't apparently fit into their life. I do admit that I am different from everyone. I am very different from everyone. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do any drugs. And I speak freely about my spirituality and my feelings. And I process my feelings and I nurture myself and I do self-love. So I don't go out with girls. I don't sit around and gossip at all. I don't judge and put people down. Yes, I'm human. There's some people I don't really like. The thing is, what I did because of my abuse, because I didn't have father love in me, I always was codependent on men, because I was always trying to fill that space in me that my dad never validated me and affirmed me as his daughter, as a woman, as a daughter. So that's what happens. It's not something I chose. It's something that was automatic. Because I didn't have anything with my dad. My dad and I have never been close. He always have rejected me. He never liked me for who I am. Never affirmed me. And he still doesn't acknowledge me as his daughter and my kids as his grandchildren. So, and I guess some of my children are in denial about that, because one of my kids says, "Did you call Dad today? Did you call your dad today on Father's Day?" He doesn't care. I did. He didn't answer the phone. 8 times out of 10, he doesn't answer the phone when I call. And he's in some kind of pretend land. He'll tell me, "Oh, you're welcome to come here anytime." But I'm totally not. But I can't, a lot of people I know are in some type of denial about life. I want to play these games. I don't understand. I like being real and the truth. So I don't get it why people like to lie and play games. It must be some type of denial, that they need a fantasy or something. They need to not tell it like it is. But anyway, I have to speak because I am a good mother. I am a good woman. I am a good person. I don't deserve to be judged. And the truth needs to be out in the world that I've done nothing wrong. I made some bad choices, but it wasn't, I don't even really say that I made bad choices. I couldn't do any better. When you are damaged the way that I was damaged, I had to heal. I had to, in a lot of ways, my first husband helped me to heal. He provided a stable home for me. Yes, he still was abusive. He was disrespectful to me. He disrespected me and dishonored me in front of my kids. I that's one reason I'm not a mom. I don't, because he stripped me. When I lived with him, I had no parental, he'd never respected me. He put me down and disrespected me in front of my kids all the time. And so did my first husband. And I mean my second husband. And so, I needed to live there. So I just dealt with it and went to work. My kids couldn't handle me fighting, and I can't handle fighting. So I'm very glad to be on my own. I'm sorry that Kevin is gone. I miss him very much. I do. But I communicate with spirit. I communicate with dead people, with energy, and I've communicated with him a lot. And he's really honored me. He's really helped me to heal. He's really shown me a lot of love in his death, in his transition. And I can't apologize for who I am. And I can't go back. So I was just on my son's Facebook page, and his birthday was the end of May, which was a few weeks ago. And there's no pictures of me at his birthday party. There's no pictures of me probably on his Facebook at all. But, so that makes me sad. But, honestly, I wasn't at his birthday party. I don't like to be around drinking. I wanted to go out to dinner for his birthday, and he was really weird and didn't want to go out to dinner. And I wanted to get him stuff for his birthday, and he didn't want stuff. So, I don't know. I did stop over and say happy birthday. But I didn't stay for the drinking part. So, and that's when pictures were taken. So, I don't know why there's no pictures of me in my family's life. I don't know. I'm not very photogenic. I don't really like pictures, but I'd like to get better at pictures. A lot of pictures I look horrible in. I'm not really good at dressing. I've really changed. I used to be so pretty, and I used to be very photogenic and do my hair and do my makeup and look really good. I don't know what happened to me. But I don't think it's necessarily bad. I'm a Lyft driver, so I don't wear, I wear comfortable clothes, and I'm not going to wear makeup all the time. And I don't know. That stuff can't be important to me. Like, my inner stuff is first important. So, I don't know. I hope that I can be close with my kids because I adore them. My eyes. This is what happens to me sometimes. A lot, actually. I just get this haze of tiredness comes over me. I want to live. I want a good life. Well, it is 4 o'clock in the morning. I want my kids to have a good life. But I would like some respect, and I would like some honor. And I would like to be included and belong and do, But anyway, I'm really glad I have a vlog. I'm really glad for who I am, and that I push to advocate for myself and to speak up for myself, even if it's in private. Even if it's on my vlog or on my Facebook, if it's on that and not so much in person. Because when I spoke up in person, it was always a fight. And I always had to lose. They were always, people that would fight me were always ugly and mean. And I don't want that in my life. I don't want ugly and mean. I've had so much ugly and mean. So, that's all. That's all I wanted to say is it's hard sometimes for me to feel good about myself But my identity isn't in my kids. And hopefully someday they'll love and appreciate me. I mean, I know they love me, but they'll see me for who I really am. And they'll understand how much I've prayed for them, how much I've fought for them and warred for them. But I'll let it go. And they'll see how amazing I am, because I really am amazing. I really am. I've overcome things that most people couldn't overcome. And I'm not done yet. I'm still kicking. And I'm still fighting. I'm fighting to live my potential, to live my dreams, to live my best life. So I'm not giving up. So if what I believe in is my purpose and my destiny, if it never happens, if somehow I die before it happens, at least I gave it my all. And I am giving it my all. So I am proud of me if no one else is. I am proud of myself. I applaud myself. I respect myself. I honor myself. Even with no makeup and weird hair. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am capable. I am loved. I belong. And I am important. And I'm doing great things. And great things are happening because of me and for me. So, thanks. This is my vlog. It's June 24th or something, 25th, something like that. And I'm going to keep fighting the good fight of faith for myself and for my kids. So, love you, YouTube. I feel better.